everybody else has to pay for their
Well, you've got to understand, we don't want a balanced budget because, as you'll see today, I mean, you got demonstrations going on in Watertown urging more spending. You know, that sort of exposes a fundamental misunderstanding of economics. Now, if those people who were demonstrating saying the service we provide is valuable in our schools and we urge higher taxes to pay for it, that's intellectually honest, but these arguments that we can just keep spending and then call ourselves fiscal hawks is crazy.
I thought Andrew Cuomo's response on YNN yesterday concerning the attack that the teachers are running against him, you know, he basically said, I'm cutting your budget 2.5%, we're cutting the state by 10%, and you really are out there complaining about this? And he goes, get your school budgets under control. I thought that was a really good thing. He says, don't tell me there's no waste there because I know there is.
Well, this is the sad thing, is that the debate, as it will be framed this afternoon, will be weeping over the children and stuff, and that's not it. I mean, the governor and everybody else wants to see good education and all of that, but
here we do. We've
just
been
out of control.
We've been pumping money in it and it's been going up every year.
I mean, did you see that secret memo that was released recently about proposed cuts in positions? I didn't see any administrators on there.
No. Not good. I didn't see any reduction in engineering costs or legal fees either, or, that kind of thing, where a lot of money goes that's taken out of the students, for academics and is used for other things. Administrative costs, like you said, not necessarily as much as the superintendent's pay, but a lot of it goes to, like I say, legal stuff and all that kind of thing.
The lawyers, I don't know what's right and what isn't. I mean, the principal at the local high school makes more. I don't know what.
And then when you're contributing to the, you're paying for a lawyer's retirement fund, to be in the state fund, that costs money, and that kind of stuff. So I mean, God only knows. Maybe Bernier Carr's got a state pension coming too. Oh, we know.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
well, who knows? Nobody knows, probably, but. I'm sure there's a lot of places where they can whittle away on some of that money.
Uh-huh.
But the problem is that they were asked to not take a cut in pay, not give up anything, not even pay towards their health insurance costs, and they refused, and they're running attack ads against the governor. It's going to get even worse now, because now it's even people are going to say, well, wait a minute now, let's cut some other stuff out.
Well, yeah, and they will get very favorable coverage like this afternoon. All the stories will be written about cuts and pain and all of these things, and there'll just be a lot of the vernacular used by the MSM will support the position that the governor's a bad guy and all of that. It isn't.
Right, and then all the school budgets you see will come out will be they cut sports programs, they cut music programs, they cut art programs, because what they do is they're going to tug at the heartstrings and they're going to take away from children. Even though they're doing it for the children, it comes budget time, what they're going to do is they're going to take from the schools. They're going to take away from the things that directly affect you as a parent or as a student. But, there's no sacrifice as far as, the other stuff that's involved, as far as, which we all know is the biggest expense is payroll.
Right.
In a school. So,
right. Well,
you won't see any of that.
It's interesting, yeah. We'll see what happens, but the governor says he's going to get his budget.
I mean, Jeff, I could see if it was like, take for instance, the library systems. They've been cut every year for the last how many years, and actually had actual cuts. Okay? There hasn't been any cuts to the school. We've increased spending to the school ever since I got out of school.
Right.
There's been more money pumped into the system. We got all brand new schools and all that. I'm sorry, but I just can't. I can't buy the fact that they're being unfairly punished.
Yeah. Well, what do you? Yeah. It's a culture we've developed that says that you can just keep spending because you want to, without any regard for whether or not the money's there. And I don't know as I blame anyone. That's been perpetuated by past practice as well as by the media and so on. I think the media has although they call themselves unbiased and so on, I think the media was behind the drumbeat to get into this Libya thing. I think the media definitely takes sides on these budget things, making it look like it's something other than it is. It's a tough situation.
You know what I found interesting in Reader's Digest? There's 2 cartoons in there, and one of them's a cartoon of the Tea Party and how the mainstream media made fun of the Tea Party and attacked them, saying they were, gun-toting, blah, 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 okay?
Right.
And the same people in Wisconsin carrying signs and protesting with their signs in Wisconsin, and the mainstream media says, "Oh, they're the great people. They're doing what they got to do.
They did.
America, blah blah blah." But it's funny how they portrayed these 2 groups who are basically doing the same thing. How one gets favorable coverage, the other one gets unfavorable coverage.
Right, and there's some rhetoric going on that's pretty outrageous, and it's interesting. Well,
yeah,
I don't know. Hey, I got commercials here. We got to make some money here.
I hear you.
All right, thanks. Bye now.